Hi, my name is Dr. Karen Kuralt, and I'm the Interim Associate Dean of the Graduate School and Associate Professor of Rhetoric and Writing. The UA Little Rock Graduate School is starting a new YouTube series called Ask Dr. Kuralt. Today, we'll be discussing why you might want to consider applying as a non-degree seeking graduate student. Hopefully the information shared today will encourage you to take the next step and apply for graduate school. So what does it mean to be a non-degree seeking graduate student? Well, a non-degree seeking graduate student is somebody who is admitted to the graduate school, but who is not admitted to a specific graduate program. You can take up to 9 hours of graduate coursework before having to be admitted to a program as a non-degree seeking grad student. There are relatively few requirements to apply as non-degree seeking. All that you need is a bachelor's degree of any kind with a GPA of 2.7 or better. If you have these two things, we can process you fairly quickly as a non-degree seeking grad student. So why would you consider applying to be a non-degree seeking grad student rather than applying directly to a program? Well, number one, the closer it is to the beginning of classes, the easier it's going to be for us to get you admitted. So we can admit you much faster for a non-degree seeking grad student, almost in 48 hours. If we have your transcripts and we have your proof of vaccination, you can be non-degree seeking very quickly and get into the classes that you're looking for. The second advantage is that there's no GRE requirement. So if you need extra time to take some kind of a graduate exam, whether that's the GRE or the GMAT or any other form of exam, you don't have to do that right away. You can apply as non-degree seeking and get in before you've taken that exam. Another advantage is that courses that you take can count toward your eventual graduate degree. Instead of wasting time, for example, taking courses at the undergraduate level to get you ready for the degree, you can actually try the graduate courses themselves and see exactly what it's like. If you do well in them, those courses will count towards your actual degree. Now, having said that, there are some disadvantages to being non-degree seeking. For example, you have to have a GPA of 2.7 or above. This is not always true for all graduate programs. So if you apply directly to a graduate program that has what we call a special conditional admission policy, there is some leeway for those programs to take students who have a GPA between 2.0 and 2.7. But to be non-degree seeking, there is no special conditional admission. You must have a 2.7. Another disadvantage is that if one of the things that you're interested in doing at UA Little Rock is participating in a discounted tuition program because you're taking all your courses online, unfortunately, non-degree seeking classes are not eligible for that program because, again, you're not actually admitted to the program yet. Likewise, you're not eligible for any graduate assistantships or loans. So being non-degree seeking means that you're not eligible for financial aid. You'll need to figure out how to pay for the 3 to 9 credit hours that you're taking on your own. You may want to ask an employer if they have a reimbursement program, or it is possible when it's just 3 to 9 credit hours to save up that money and do it in advance. And finally, the last disadvantage is that you are limited to taking the 9 credit hours. For most programs, that's 3 courses. Once you've taken 3 courses, you must apply to a graduate program in order to be eligible to take any further courses and make progress toward a degree. You may be wondering if this option will help you if your GPA doesn't meet the program requirement for the program that you're hoping to apply for. The answer is yes, if, and only if, your GPA is already very close to the requirement. So for example, let's say your program has a GPA requirement of 3.0 and your current GPA is a 2.8 or a 2.9. In that case, taking 9 credit hours non-degree seeking can help you if you get all A's in those courses. That will be enough to bump you up. However, I recommend that you use an online GPA calculator, which you can find on Google just by searching online GPA calculator, to determine whether 9 credit hours will be enough to raise your GPA. If you need more than 9 hours, you should first ask your coordinator whether or not they have a special conditional admission policy that would let you apply directly to them with a 2.7 or less. If they don't have that option, then I would recommend you consider post-baccalaureate coursework because you can take classes at the undergraduate level as a post-baccalaureate student that will raise your GPA, and there's no limit on how many of those you can take. So After you've taken the courses that you choose as a non-degree seeking student, you will have to then reapply to the program that you want. Fortunately, this is much easier once you've been admitted as a non-degree seeking graduate student. So you'll go back to the UA Little Rock Grad School homepage and you'll click the button that says apply to the graduate school, just like you did when you applied to be non-degree seeking. This time you'll select the program that you want to apply for, and this time you'll need to supply all the requirements. So if that program requires test scores, if they have writing samples, if they need letters of recommendation, you'll still have to go through that process. But you will not have to get your transcript sent again, you will not have to get your vaccination records sent again, and best of all, you don't have to pay the application fee again. So we will credit your previous application fee to your application to the program you want to join. You pay once and it's done. So who should you talk about to find out whether this is right for you? The first thing I recommend is speak with your graduate program coordinator. The coordinators are there to help you, and they are always happy to talk to students. They can help tell you, first of all, whether it makes sense for you to be non-degree seeking, whether they offer special conditional admission, and what kind of timeline they need you to follow. After you do that, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the graduate school. We are also here to help, and any one of us will be happy to answer questions about financial aid, getting your transcripts sent, or completing the application process. Thanks so much for your time today, and we hope to see you in a graduate class soon.